So I was editing my review for Superman and Lois. I thought for once maybe I'd get it out on time, but I'm sorry. The Warner Brothers has just released a teaser trailer, or the first look really, for the Penguin series. So I'm sorry, this takes priority. I think most of you understand. I am going to react to it and then give my initial thoughts and try and do a breakdown to the best of my ability. I felt like I had to take this opportunity to do a reaction, so what I'm going to do is shut up, taste the genius of Matt Reeves' vision here, and oh man, you guys know me. I've been covering the Penguin quite a lot, so I can't speak. I need I need to react to this. Let's go.
This
Gotham underwater.
Those moments.
Oh, okay. Now in production, we know.
You gotta ask yourself,
Nice.
what kind of life do I want?
What kind of life do I want? There it is. Penguin's Maserati.
The world ain't built for guys like us. That's why we gotta take whatever we decide is ours.
Oz's ambition.
Falcone's right hand.
Okay.
Try to push me out.
Shoria Dashlu.
You ain't seen what I can do.
Sofia Falcone. The next chapter in the Batman saga.
If you step out of line, even once, I'll gut you like a goddamn fish.
Renzi Feliz he's kind of like Oz's second
Can
hand.
you imagine the people saying my name on the streets after you're gone? Have it mean something? The new kingpin of Gotham.
Oh, that gave me chills. Like, literally right then. Oh, dude. Wow. 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 And, like, the reason why I'm reacting this way is because that gave me everything I wanted to see from Colin Farrell's Penguin series. We know the premise. We know that he wants the throne that was left behind in the vacuum of power with Carmine Falcone dying during the events of the Batman movie. So the tone of this, and Colin Farrell did tease a long time ago now that he heard it would be R-rated, so they might be able to do some really mature things. I don't know if that's still the case, but this definitely does have a sheen of it to that, especially that flavor at the end with him just shooting whoever that was and then just kind of giggling to himself. This is a very, very Gotham underworld criminal element, mobster gang kind of vibe that it really could suit that tone, and I hope it is the case. But most certainly, this trailer gives us that vibe. And my goodness, I as you can tell, I'm a bit kind of dazzled right now in terms of articulating, because I'm just really happy with the product we just saw there. I absolutely love the lines from Penguin at the beginning of the trailer. Is like this is one of those moments where you got to ask yourself, what do I want? Or what kind of life do I want? The world isn't built for guys like us, and I think he could be speaking to Renzi Feliz's character there. If you didn't know, that's who he speaks to later on. It seems like he's kind of got how Oz was to Falcone almost. Somewhat of his right-hand man. It's just Oz is in underdog mode right now, so he's got his own kind of right hand. But the thing that this highlights is Oz has always been seen as somebody not to take seriously, somebody to underestimate. As Falcone says, Oz, you've always just been a gimp in a suit, and that's why he nearly lit him up. But that's where he continues, the world wasn't built for guys like us, so that's where we gotta take whatever we decide is ours. And that is exactly what Oz is doing, and this suits the character and his ambition to a T. And he's going to show people in this series he is not one to be messed with. And I think the underestimation from other characters, like maybe Sofia Falcone, maybe the Maroni crime syndicate, and everything like that, of which we're going to see, because we've had Maroni cast, Clancy Brown is playing him. I think maybe Shoria Dashlu, of whom we see in this trailer, could be linked to him. There's theories out there that she could be his wife, but at the same time, there's an interesting scene at the beginning here where we see this guy come in when he says, I was Carmine Falcone's right hand, and he pushed me out. So this isn't Carmine Falcone's right hand. He's referring to himself, because Penguin was obviously in the movie. But the point is, we have Shoria Dashlu here kind of pinning Oz down. So with the fact that we know we're getting Clancy Brown as Salvatore Maroni in this series, albeit he's behind bars, because don't forget, he was the kingpin of Gotham before Falcone ratted him out, and he's been in prison for the past 20 years with regards to that whole biggest drug bust in Gotham history. So I do think there's going to be a bit of liaising if Clancy Brown's Sal Maroni doesn't actually get out from behind bars into Gotham City, with his wife operating as the front of the business, trying to seize back what they had taken from them from Falcone all those years ago. And maybe here they're grabbing Penguin, like obviously this is total speculation from the top of my head, to maybe get him to answer what's going on with the Falcones, how are they playing this with regards to Falcone being dead, what is Sofia up to, because we've seen scenes from the filming of Penguin meeting Sofia Falcone, and I think that's even in this trailer you're probably seeing on screen right now. So I wouldn't be surprised, and I've theorized this for a long time, if the Maronis form an alliance with Penguin for ultimately maybe Penguin to just stab them in the back, because obviously he doesn't want the Maronis back up on top again. He wants that position for himself, the kingpin of Gotham. And again, to link some scenes together, albeit this is kind of a sizzle and a teaser of the production that they're filming right now, because Penguin's got a while to go yet, we do see Sofia, as I said, meet up with Penguin, and he seems to be wearing the same kind of smart attire as to what we see him with Shohreh Aghdashloo's character getting her men to interrogate him. So again, I do think that she is a part of the Maroni crime family, and this is all about them trying to assert their power, get their power back, and things just look like they're getting very complicated for Oz. He even is seen coming out of this government truck, so it looks like he managed to somehow get his way out of that situation, probably through a few Homeland Security people getting killed. It could be something to do with whatever he gets up to in this series, because I think it's safe to say a lot of crime is going to be committed. Like Gotham, as Batman teased in his ending monologue, the city's streets, for those, clawing for this power, are going to be very dangerous among all of this gang warfare. And we actually see this same truck in the background of this shot, so maybe Oz is actually organizing this deliberately to maybe ransack this truck and whatever it's transporting, maybe some government goods there. As he says, we got to take whatever we decide is ours, and I guess Oz has most certainly made that decision. And the thing that I like about this as well, with some of the shots, him just kind of making his way around, just shooting like fearlessly. He has to be fearless in this situation. He can't be scared of anything. He has to know he deserves this, know he owns it, and execute it with such conviction. And there's quite a few shots, and literal shots, in where we see that being advertised, and it is just mwah. So if he wasn't actually being transported by the government or Homeland Security or whatever, maybe he decided to target that vehicle, and that could be why he might be in certain locations like this, because he can't necessarily go back to where the police might be able to find him. Now, this isn't me saying that he's homeless, but I just think that he could be dealing with a lot of heat for some time, and maybe he needed some money, some resources to somewhat facilitate the power plays that he plans on executing throughout the series to come out on top. But another thing that is intriguing to me is the fact that Penguin and Sofia Falcone, the daughter of Carmine, seem to be toasting to something. So you never know, Oz, being very, very crafty, could forge an alliance with her to take out the Maronis as competition. And who knows what other families could get involved. That's something to bear in mind. But given that we have at least 3 parties here, Oz with his big ambition, the Maroni crime family, the Falcone crime syndicate, already that's quite a lot to deal with. So I'm not sure how many more are going to be in the mix. But Oz is most certainly going to be playing a game of chess with all of these top dogs, and where they just think he's nothing but a pawn. But this guy is going to be a king, that's for sure. As the trailer ramps up more and more, I love him just saying, can you imagine people saying my name in the streets after you're gone? It's got to mean something. And Oz is thirsty for this. There's even a deleted scene in the Batman, even though I think the film made it perfectly clear what he wants out of life. But that deleted scene revolved around a conversation with him and Selina, and where he says that one day this city is going to be his. So this whole trailer just being solely kind of from Penguin's point of view is just like a gold mine, reflecting that of his ambitions. And the way it's just cut here, the way the music comes in, the way we follow him on his journey with the scenes that we're being teased with here. I know I'm repeating a bit of the same things, but it's just a really perfect setting for this character's evolution as we go throughout this Batman crime saga. Now, one thing I did want to point out, as we see Oz walk towards the Iceberg Lounge, essentially we see the Iceberg Fish Company, I believe. So I don't know if the signage is damaged or if this is like another way into the location we see in the movie, but the main thing I want to point out is that the streets here aren't remotely really flooded. And the thing is, it does take place a week afterwards, and we've already heard from Colin Farrell that Oz is basically waddling around Falcone's office, splashing around in a bit of water, but clearly it's not something that's going to be completely and utterly everywhere, which isn't too surprising. I think if they had to portray like a very flooded section of Gotham all the time, and obviously the Penguin series is going to take place mostly in the similar areas of where Oz operated before, that would be quite a hindrance to the production. So I'm sure they'll show an Easter egg on TV or something of Wayne Enterprises and Bruce's philanthropy having something to do with that. I think that's mostly everything I've got to say with my first impression / mini breakdown of this trailer. Once again, just realized I was wearing the headset the entire time because I was just so absorbed in the reaction of that. One thing I love about the Batman projects, granted that this was released amongst a bunch of WB news, is that they give us these little previews during that of the production. For example, the Batman, it's shot like 25-35% of the movie, and we got that DC Fandom incredible trailer. That felt like an incredible trailer for if a whole movie was shot, and now we're getting the same treatment with the Penguin series. So I wanted to get this initial reaction and breakdown out to you guys. I will likely be doing a full in-depth breakdown after I've analyzed every little tiny frame of this sizzle reel. But for the time being, I wanted to get something out there as I'm working on multiple videos right now, reviews, Titans is coming back, all that stuff. So let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments below. What did you think of it? Any theories that you have? Also, leave some questions because I also want to do, maybe in the in-depth trailer breakdown, a bit of a Q&A based on what we see here. I'll feature your questions on screen and we can like get even more in depth with some of the scenes that come out of this trailer with a bit of back and forth between me and you guys. So look forward to that video. Also like the video. I didn't even say that if you want to see that video on this channel. But until next time, guys, blimey, I'm feeling a bit too excited right now. So I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day. And I'll see you freaking kingpins in the next video. Goodbye.